Can I just say that how this content is organized confuses me? Like, I feel like it could all be arranged better, and I could go into detail. How much time do you have? Hi, and welcome to my series Graphic Designer Reviews, where I, a graphic designer, review products from the natural product space and just give my honest review on the packaging design. So basically, I treat our time together like a show and tell, where I show you products sometimes from the natural product space that you probably might have never heard of, and then I give my professional feedback / design critique and just talk about what I'm seeing, what I'm noticing with the design, and what's on the outside, on the label, on the packaging, because it's what's on the outside that matters. And if that sounds like something you might be interested in, subscribe. So before I show you what I picked, I just wanted to mention that I did not plan on reviewing this product. I was just casually strolling the aisles of TJ Maxx, and then one thing led to another. You know how it is. And then can I just say one more thing? Behind the scenes, I've really been trying to find innovative packaging. For the most part, natural products, I feel like their packaging tend to be on the safer side because they spend so much money on ingredients and like the content of the product. Like, I will say the graphic design usually looks decent to good to great. However, I want to see like innovative packaging, you know, like I keep saying innovative, but I just want to see it. Today I will be reviewing a face wash, this face wash from Fig.1. Let's just, I don't like doing this, but just look how cool it is. I have not seen anything this cool in recent days. Also, I don't get out much. I mainly bought this because I was like, I need to see how this box works. So I'm gonna take it home and flatten it out and see. So like I said, I bought this at TJ Maxx. It was $10. It was $9.99. On the tag though, it says compare it to $14. However, I go on their website and this product is actually $24. So what a deal. I love a good deal. And like I said, I'll spend $20 on myself, but I will definitely spend $10 on myself because $10 is the adult dollar. So what is Fig.1? Fig.1. Is it like Fig.1 for short and then like Figure.1 for long? So I just wanted to mention that I honestly did not do too much research into the brand itself. I mainly want to just focus on what I can see in front of me on packaging design. However, their brand story is very interesting and I did miss a lot of details. But also, this video is already very long, so I just don't want to get into it. So you are welcome to read more about them. Just they're pretty cool brand. They have a really cool mission. And we'll see if I see any of that translated on the packaging design. So Fig.1 is a dermatologist-developed skincare line, and their goal is to democratize skincare, making skin health attainable for all. I have no idea what that means. But based on their website, everything is like kind of starts from $16-ish and goes to $60. Which, what does that mean in a time where I can go to TJ Maxx and for $20 I can buy name brand like Clinique or what else is there, Malingette's for $20, which is still cheaper than what I could have got for this on their website? I don't know. But what I do know is that Fig.1 is owned and operated by board certified dermatologist Dr. Courtney Rubin and Kimmy Scotty, a serial entrepreneur and venture capitalist. There was another name on Google, but it wasn't on the website, which is Lizzie Trelstad, the cosmetic chemist, which is a pretty cool title. And they also have a board of advisors on their website that they're all dermatologists, so that's pretty cool. I don't really know what that means. Because I have a dermatologist, but I don't think she would develop a product, but I'm not an expert in this field. I just talk about packaging design. So truth time, they don't claim to be a natural product or like wellness product at all anywhere on their packaging or website. I honestly just saw this box and wanted to talk about it because look how cool this is. So please keep that in mind when I'm reviewing this product. With that, let's get into the design. I'm taking the design language that you've probably learned, heard, or come across, and I'm just putting it together with the idea in mind that packaging design is really a living asset to any company's brand, and giving feedback is part of any design person's job. And whoever designed this, I know that eventually one day they're going to have to update the label, and maybe they come across this video and they're like, hey, this is all great stuff she's saying, or maybe they never come across it. But I just wanted to talk about it. Grab a snack, grab a drink, and get ready, because I have a lot to say about such seemingly minimal design. I also want to say that I wish I had a time machine that can go back in time and not look at the website before critiquing this package. However, it is what it is. I mean, there's just a lot that I'm seeing on the package that doesn't make sense, but then when I look on the website, I'm like, oh, it makes all the sense. Which makes me think that the packaging for this was actually designed for web first. However, I experienced this in a physical store first, so I have thoughts on that, but also I'm just hypothesizing because the packaging design needs are different, and that is what I'm seeing here, but I don't know for a fact. I'm just guessing. However, I'm just gonna go through the critique as if I didn't know, because ignorance is bliss sometimes. So let's get into it. First of all, this box. I cannot get enough of this box. I don't know the last time I saw a triangular box before. I don't know. Have I ever seen a triangular box before? Toblerone? Triangular prism, for those of you who passed geometry. I didn't. So I'm going to talk about the outside first, and then I'm going to talk about the inside. You can see that some of the text goes vertical. Most of the text is horizontal, as normal, but some of the text is vertical, and I think that is a very interesting choice. I don't see a lot of this in general because everyone else plays it safe, but not Fig.1. Let's start with the front. So one thing that really especially stands out to me, of course, is this bold gradient lava lamp looking blob. I think it's so interesting, and it's like it's giving science, but in a fun way. I think the gradient and the colors are really nice on this brown background, and the white text on top of it all is really great. It's really working. I love it. It's so like upscale, fun, sciencey. I get it. Everything is readable, which is great as well. And the hierarchy is good. What is my hair doing? But I do wish the refillable skincare at the bottom was switched with the amount number. I know, they're trying to be different. The amount is typically found at the bottom of the packaging on the front panel. So if refillable skincare is really important, I think it should have more prominence. And I think, if you're listening, Fig, I think it should go on the top as like either a nice looking word mark or a logo or sub logo that designers can make, because graphic designers can make anything, literally anything. And I think it should be a sub logo because it is literally one of the brand pillars on their website that they list. So if that isn't saying it, then I don't know what is. Fig, if you're watching this, you have so many good little like phrases, like 2-word plus phrases that you could easily trademark, and let me know if you would like my help. I will say one thing that I'm not vibing with at all is the number of text sizes. There's like 4 different text sizes on the front of the panel alone, not including the logo. We need to make it 3 or less, and that goes for the entire package, which I will get into. Transitional phrase. I don't know how to move to the next thing. But can I say something sort of nuanced? So when I look at typography, I get vibes, and that is not the statement of the year like everyone does. Like if you see Comic Sans, you feel a certain way. If you see Papyrus, you feel a certain way. But I look at letter forms and words a ton, and even all the different sans serifs just give me certain vibes. I don't know if I can explain this well, so bear with me. First of all, I don't know, I'm just reviewing this, but I would really like to know what Fig's target audience is and where they want to take their brand, because like the typeface they used is like slightly fun. So what I'm seeing with like the copy and what I'm reading isn't, they don't go together. So like the typography choice is slightly fun. It's kind of fun because of the curves of the L. You typically don't see that on all sans serifs, but that one just like gives it a little air of fun. However, the copy, when I'm reading the package, it is very matter of fact. It is very straightforward. I wish that they inserted, I will get into this in the copy section, but I just wish they inserted a little more personality in the copy to reflect the typography choice, so it better matches the brand's personality. Do you know what I mean? That might not make a lot of sense to you, and that's okay. Sometimes I feel like a typography whisperer, where I'm like, this could be academic, but we could find something even more academic. Like the more specific you can get with your target and understanding the brand's personality, the more restrictions you can set on type choices, because there's like a trillion different typefaces out in the world right now. So the more guidelines you put on your personality, the better you are in finding a typography, a foundry. I don't know words right now, that better suits your aesthetic, your goals, your personality. I just repeated myself a bunch right there. So let me know if any of that made sense. Let me know if you want me to talk about that more in depth, but I'm going to move on for now. Let's go to the next panel. I love the diagram looking at it. I like that there is a graphic element on this package. I will talk about the copy later because I have thoughts. So down here, I didn't know this was the website. I wish there was a designated section for the website and socials. You typically see them together in other packages that I've looked at. I've looked at a lot of packages. You usually see them in close proximity. Granted, this looks sciencey as heck. So I don't know if this is regulation, but please let me know. Are ingredients always supposed to be on this side panel to the right of the front panel? Because if it is, I don't like how it's designed. Instead, if Fig was to ask me, if they were to ask me, I would save the ingredients for the next panel and then include some marketing fluff on why this diagram is important. Moving on. I am also seeing the Leaping Bunny certification, so that means that they did not test on animals. And then the open jar 12 months, we talked about this in a previous video, so that means once you open this container, you have 12 months to use it, which is great. So this last panel, I feel like this was rushed. Is that mean to say? This just needs more design consideration. It is very plain. I would argue that this isn't designed at all. It's just like centered to the box and then left aligned. I could do this in 2 minutes, and that is like including the time it takes to open up Illustrator. And then that would just be copying and pasting from the Word document. And also, I hate to rag, but this is just what I'm seeing. I also am noticing that there's 4 different typefaces on this panel as well. I saw 5 on the last panel, but who's counting at this point? Again, I'd keep it to 3 sizes maximum. And if there is too much empty space, I would include those little marketing icons you see on other packaging just to reiterate what you've already said, but make it a more scannable, more digestible section of information. So bring in those marketing points, bring in some extra iconography. This panel will just look so beautiful, whether it's online or on a shelf in store. And honestly, I think the ingredients would fit here. If we made everything smaller, the ingredients would fit right there. And finally, we have our FSC logo, which is great. It is large. I would make it smaller and then put those other icons next to it, the open jar and the leaping bunny, so it's all in one place. Because I mean, it is a flex, like it is good to use FSC paper. No one's making every single company use FSC paper, but it is good if you do. However, I don't think it needs to take as much space as it is. It just feels like this panel is just like, we need to fill up this space, but we don't have a lot of content. So let's just make this bigger. That's what it feels like. I don't know if that is the case, honestly. I am just a little disappointed because I feel like they aren't taking full advantage of what awesome points they have on their website. They're not putting it on this package. Let's look at the inside. This was a very good die line because it is hard to open without ruining the package. But I did it because I'm careful. Okay. First, I'm seeing that there is an orange interior, which is like cool, but that doesn't make sense in the context of this package. Everything else is brown. Everything else is brown, pink, and blue. And when I see orange, like this doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm guessing the orange is the brand color because it's everywhere on the website. However, in the context of this package, it makes no sense to me. Moving on. So let's look at the bottle. Okay, the bottle is giving totally different vibes. The lid is broken. That's not supposed to happen. So, my lid. Okay, anyway. Lid is broken, not a good sign. That's what all the rattling was. Let's ignore that and move on. So I actually prefer the design of the bottle to the box. I don't know, it feels like everything is in its place right here. And then here it's just like, it feels like everything is spaced out way too much, you know what I mean? It feels like production and materials was spent a little more on the bottle. But I mean, like, I don't see that. And it doesn't show through on the carton, and that makes me really sad because the carton is really cool. Gotta keep those price points manageable, I guess. So, because this feels premium, and then the box like doesn't feel premium at all. I'm also noticing, so the content is pretty much the same. I'm noticing that there's a QR code. So for the ingredients, there's a QR code in the back. So this is kind of telling me that they're trying to target a younger audience, but also this is Exhibit B on why I think this was a web-based product, because if you're on the website, you've already seen the ingredients. You don't need to have them on here and on here. Again, I think the usage and the warning are way too big for this bottle, and if you shrank all that, then the ingredients would definitely fit, and the QR code could be saved for something cool and more marketing focused. Fig, let me know if you need help brainstorming ideas because I already have a few. I'm ready when you are. Giving a rating to the design, I am going to give the design a 1. The triangle shape is just the best thing about this package. And even if I'm right, if the designer made this packaging for web first versus in-store doesn't excuse the lack of design on some of these panels. And I apologize if I sound too snarky. Like, I don't consider myself an out of this world designer, but there are just so many things that make me wish I did this project. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know. I just feel like this packaging, this design, this brand has so much potential, and it's a shame that they just didn't take advantage of all the cool things their brand is about. And that's probably what's making me the most annoyed right now is that, like, they have so many cool things going on, but they just didn't put that on the packaging. And it's just like such a missed opportunity, and I'm just upset about it. Let's move on to the copy. Can I just say that how this content is organized confuses me? Like, I feel like it could all be arranged better, and I could go into detail. How much time do you have? So let's talk about the front. This is a marketing thing. Okay, this is me being confused because it says starter kit, but when I go to the website, there are 2 starter kits, and they're both face washes. And I'm not a skincare expert, but to me, a starter kit for a skincare line is like a face wash, a serum, and like a moisturizer. But also, I didn't spend a lot of time on the website studying things, so I wonder if it would be more clear if it said like starter kit 1 or starter kit 2. Right off the bat, we have cleanse twice, which I would change one of them, but for right now, I would say change the cleanse on the blue bar to maybe like step 1. Because I mean, like, that's the first step to any skincare is you wash your face. So it's like step 1, but the 1 is like exponent. I didn't pass math. Just like mimic the logo and put that little 1 up. Next panel, I'm not sure what's happening copy-wise. Like, it says pump cap, and then it says plastic refill bottle 1X. Like, should they both say 1X? Oh, so is it a starter kit because it includes the full bottle? So, like, I guess when you buy a refill, it only comes with this, and then you keep the cap and the pump, right? Because there's like only one thing in the box, so I don't know why it's saying that there's 2 things in it. That confuses me. I don't have a lot of context reading through this. Like, on one hand, I do feel a little dumb because then I just did that whole design portion with that in mind, and the whole copy portion so far. So on one hand, I do feel silly, but on the other hand, I think it's kind of silly to call a regular bottle a starter kit, but maybe that's why they put so much into the production of the bottle, is because they intend for you to use it for so long. Wow. And that's just on me not having a full context. So I guess the diagram's still cute. I still like the diagram. But when I read it, it's just like kind of obvious type stuff. Like, I know what a cap is for. I know what a pump does. Like, I bought skincare before. I think it would be better to talk about like why this diagram exists, like why refillable skincare is important. So I'm also seeing refill with a purpose, which is a great thing to trademark just as a freebie. But I wish they would tell me what the purpose is. Like, is it to save the rainforest? Is it to save the world from microplastics and single-use materials? I don't know. I wish they would tell me. Let's go to the ingredients. So they never claimed to be a natural product, like I mentioned. And by the look of the ingredients, the natural products community would definitely not include this, which is fine. That's not what Fig.1 is going for anyway. Because I do talk about natural products, I'm looking at the ingredients and like some alarms are going off. Like, I'm not a health expert. I just worked in the natural products industry for 6-ish years. And like when I read like EDTA, or if anything has the initials SLS, like my alarms are blaring. But that, like, I'm not a sciencey person. That could be fine. I just don't know without researching it, and I did not research the ingredients. I'm just talking about the design today. Last panel, like I said, overall, I wish there was more personality in the copy. It's very straightforward. It's very generic sounding. Overall, I wish there was more personality in the copy. It's very matter of fact. It's very straightforward. I don't know if that's the personality that they're trying to give off for this package, but that's what it's giving. So by either adding more copy to support the brand's values and like who they want to talk to, that will help just round out the package even more, along with all the edits that I'm suggesting and proposing. Let's go to the bottle. The bottle basically has all the same information. The usage is the only thing that is slightly different. One says use day or night, the other one says use day and night. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. So I'm gonna give this product a 2 out of 5. I feel like I barely know the product or the brand for that matter, just by looking at the packaging and reading through all the panels. Like I mentioned before, I really think this was a web first skincare line. So like you're already looking at all of the information on the website page, and all you have to do is click add to cart. But when you see it in store, it totally changes the experience, and it really just, I feel like there's so many questions. Like I have so many questions about this product, but I could easily go on the website, but that's not my first thought when I go shopping. Let's talk about manufacturing. You thought I forgot about this section, but you were mistaken, because I wanted to save this bit for last because I wanted to take the box apart and I didn't want to fill it in. I didn't want to like edit around either. I'll just go in this order. Let me just say it was very hard to look for the packaging for this product. I could not find it. I also did not look super hard. So let me take a guess on what these things might be. So you could type in triangular prism packaging with a tuck end, and that will get you something similar, not quite this. And for the reusable plastic bottle, you could probably type in something like Luxe plastic bottle with pump and cap. I even tried to do like Luxe plastic bottle with beige pump, and I didn't get a lot of results for that. Like it feels different than other bottle pumps, but it's like, it doesn't feel like super luxe. It feels like if I knew the right words, I would find this. But something I am noticing too is with the bottle itself, it is tinted. So it's a little darker than just plain clear, but like that, I don't think that does anything to protect the product itself, but it's just a choice that they made. So let's get into it. I had the hardest time opening this, and I didn't even realize for the design portion that when you open this up, there is something on the inside. It says, "This is what great chemistry feels like," which is super cute. I just could open the bottom easier than the top for whatever reason. So first of all, when Fig.1 receives these boxes, they're flat. They receive them flat in a box full of a million of these probably. And so I noticed that there's this crease. So I'm gonna close it and see how flat it looks. Okay, that is about what I expected. So they would receive a box full of boxes that look like this, and it's flat. And then all they have to do is like pop it out and then put the container. So it's technically a 4-panel box, but because it's cut in half, there you go. But that's how it would look. So I'm gonna open it. I'm just curious. I'm scared. I don't want to do it. Okay, so it's sealed with some kind of adhesive that is very tight. I'm not gonna do it today, actually. I take it back. So I would give the packaging probably, I want to give it a half number, but I should probably round up or down. I'm gonna give it a 4, and that was tough because the box is not very luxe. Like the bottle feels so much more high end than the box. The box, I feel like this is any cheap skincare product that I can find for less than $24. This, however, I'm like, oh, I can see why this is $24. But I love the shape. I can't get over it. I love the thickness of this bottle. It feels so substantial in my hands. It's not some cheap carton. You know what I mean?
Hi, Editing Karen here. Do you see this bottle and how detached the cap is? I'm changing my score from a 4 to a 3. That does not affect the overall score, so I'm just going to go on like normal. It doesn't really matter at all.
Grand total, that leaves us with a 7 out of 15, which is an F. Granted, I did tell you why I thought that for every category. I do feel bad. However, the great thing about packaging is that every iteration is an opportunity to make adjustments. So this is just the starting point for them. If they ever even come across this, which I don't think they will, but that is totally fine if they don't. So let me know in the comments, do you agree with any of my edits? Do you think that was too harsh of a rating? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you got this far, like, please share my video with someone who you might think would enjoy a graphic design / packaging video review. And thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.